What's going on, guys? This is Tim back at you again to bring you another video, and today I'm going to talk about 4 great supersets to add to your lifting regimen. But before we get started, as usual, I just want to ask you guys to like and subscribe. Let me know what you think of my content so far. I look forward to bringing you guys a lot more of these videos in the future. So thank you everyone for watching, and let's get started. So I want to bring forth a little bit of clarity on what a superset is as opposed to a drop set. A superset is 2 different exercises, and it doesn't necessarily have to be 2 different muscle groups. For instance, you'll see a couple supersets in here that are from the same muscle group, but a drop set is basically the same exercise where you finish a set with a high weight and then drop down to a lower weight in order to continue to train those type 1 muscle fibers. So the first superset I'm going to show you guys is the dumbbell hammer curl and the dumbbell overhead tricep extension. This is my favorite superset when trying to build the biggest arms possible because these are antagonistic muscle groups in the bicep and the tricep. Some of you guys may even recall that I mentioned during my hammer curl video that really activating, squeezing the tricep at the bottom portion of any curl movement, particularly the hammer curl in this case, will activate the stretch reflex, which therefore allows you to get the strongest contraction possible during the concentric movement of any curl. This is a good example of antagonistic muscle groups working off each other and really maximizing development. Now I really find that the dumbbell overhead tricep extension is very invaluable because it takes the tricep through both its functions. This is stretching and contracting the tricep, and more in particular, the long head of the tricep, which is the most meatiest part of the tricep. Typically popular tricep motions such as the close grip bench and the cable tricep pushdown miss out on the function, which is stretching the triceps, but in the overhead tricep extension, that is not missed out on, and you can really overload the movement to maximize growth and development. Moving on to superset number 2, we have 2 motions from the same muscle group, and that is incline dumbbell bench with incline flies. Incline dumbbell bench is pretty much my favorite pressing exercise. I really like to overload this movement and do like 5 sets of 6 with the heaviest dumbbells I can find, or to focus on volume and get slow, good squeezing reps every single time for volume of sets of 12. After really overloading my pecs and getting the strongest contractions possible during the incline press, I go directly into the incline fly and really stretch out my pecs during the eccentric movement. Throughout the superset, we train 2 functions of the chest. We really shorten the chest during the concentric portion, and we really lengthen the chest. We really stretch it out during the eccentric, which we do the eccentric in the form of a fly while keeping the shoulders nice and safe. We keep nice lightweight and good form. It is important to remember to really keep the shoulders back. So a good arch in the back is actually very necessary if you really want to target the chest as much as possible. Just keep the core nice and tight and keep leg drive throughout the entire motion. Moving on to superset number 3, we have the straight arm pull down, and in this case, the triangle lat pull down. The lat pull down portion can be done with a long bar, but I chose the close grip triangle because I feel like keeping your hands closest together will allow you to get the strongest stretch during the eccentric portion because your hands have a further distance to go to get back to the top of the cable machine, which therefore gives your muscles the greatest length to stretch. While these are both back motions, I feel like they train 2 different portions of the back. I feel like the close grip lat pull down is great for training the upper back, especially the mid traps, the rhomboids, and even the rotator cuffs, as well as the upper lats, while the straight arm pull down is great for training those center back stabilizers and really establishing great straight arm scapular strength while training the lats as well. However, it is how we utilize the tempo of each motion that makes it so effective. With the close grip lat pull down, we can really overload the motion, lift a lot of weight, really pull down with the elbows and try to hold a squeeze, and then come up slowly, really utilize the eccentric, and you'll feel a lot of stabilizers in the upper back jump in. With the straight arm pull down, I think this is a great exercise to utilize high volume and really get those center back stabilizers a lot of volume that they don't typically get during any of our workouts. And as a bonus tip, because this trains straight arm scapular strength, I think this would be a great exercise to use as a warm up for deadlifting. Superset number 4 I'm going to show you guys is actually 3 different exercises, all for the shoulders. And this is all 3 raises: the front raise, lateral raise, and rear deltoid raise on the cable machine. Essentially what you want to do is pick a rep range between 7 and 12 and do them on the front raise, do the same hand for lateral raise and the same hand for rear deltoid raise, and then switch and do that same thing on the other side. But the trick is you want to hold a squeeze at the top and really fight gravity on every single rep, and that'll really get the best possible results on each shoulder. You also want to try to stick with the same weight for every single raise, but if you can't, try to add a few additional reps for some of the lighter weights, especially on the rear deltoid raise, because this is where people seem to fall back a little bit. And that wraps it up, guys. These are 4 great supersets to add to your lifting regimen. Obviously, there are a lot more out there, but these are the 4 that come to mind right now, and I'll make a future video with a lot more supersets. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you for all the support you give me so far. Be sure to like and subscribe to the video and share it with others as well. I really want to get my content out there and get people to see these tips, really get you guys better results as a whole. So once again, thank you guys for watching. I appreciate all of you, and I will see you in the next video.